And, of course, the Warriors, they've won their 4th championship in the last 8 years. They won 1 before Kevin Durant. They won 2 with Kevin Durant, and now they've won 1 since Kevin Durant. Friday, here on this show, Charles Barkley talked about KD's legacy now that his old team has returned to the top of the mountain.
Before KD gets that great respect from all the old heads, he's going to have to win a championship as the bus driver. Listen, he joined this, that team had already won a championship, so no disrespect, that's just a fact. But until he is the guy on a championship team, we're not going to ever give him the respect, that he probably deserves. And that's just the way it is. And like I say, the game hasn't changed. Kobe said it, LeBron said it. And so we're going to hold him to the same high standard.
So that was Charles on Friday. Then over the weekend, someone tweeted at Kevin Durant that his legacy just died when the Warriors won, because that's just how people are. And then Kevin Durant responded, because that's just how Kevin Durant is. He tweeted, "I've been dead since July 4th, 2016, but congrats to the Dubs and my boy Steezy, a Fillmore legend who's been waiting his whole life for a parade on Market Street." The point is, July 4th, 2016 is the day it was announced that he was leaving Oklahoma City to go to Golden State. And, of course, that day did change his legacy in a lot of different ways. Big Perk has made it to the studio today, and we're delighted to have him join the party with CJ and Timmy Legler. So, Big Perk, we talked about this earlier this morning here on the program, but we're delighted to have you in it. The bus driver piece of this that Charles Barkley is talking about, is he right? Does KD have to win one as the bus driver to get his respect?
You know what, G? I was on with Charles that day, and I had to let it process after the fact. And when he said the greats are not going to give him, KD, his respect as being a bus driver, well, to be honest, Charles Barkley didn't win the championship either. Mm-hmm. So does that make him a bus rider and not a driver? So we have to keep that same energy, right? So at the end of the day, KD do have 2 rings, and I understand in a way what he is saying, and I think that KD knows this as well. That, you know what, to take another leap for as my greatness, I want to win one on my own. And I think KD believes that. He may not say it publicly, but he feels that way. He's in the lab. CJ knows this. KD is the ultimate competitor. He didn't go over there with Brooklyn and Kyrie Irving just to be, having a good time. He actually wants to go out there and win him a championship. And I believe he will have opportunity. And I think this year he's going to come out on a bench.
Here's what I would say, KD, and Charles Barkley doesn't, Big Perk. Charles Barkley doesn't need me to speak for him, obviously. But Charles was the bus driver. They just never won the championship. And when they couldn't get over the finish line, what he didn't do was go play with Michael, the guy he couldn't beat. And I think that Kevin Durant, in fairness...
He went to Houston.
What's that? He went to Houston way later when he was much older. He was the MVP of the league in '93, and they lost to the Bulls in 6 tough games. A lot of people didn't win in the Michael Jordan era because Michael Jordan is the greatest player that ever lived. The point, I think, is I think Kevin Durant is acknowledging the truth of the bus driver piece by leaving Golden State. He knows he needs to go win one on his own with his own team as the bus driver in order to get that level of credibility from whomever it is he's seeking. CJ, no?
I think he wanted the challenge, right? Like, he went to Golden State to win a championship, right? He won 2, probably would have got 3, got 2 finals MVPs. He showed his greatness, right? Ability to change his game. He was known as a scorer. He's known as an assassin, right? But can he make his teammates better? Can he defend at a high level? He went to the Warriors and refined his game, became more of a complete player, became a championship caliber player, had to learn a new offense, playing without the ball as opposed to being on the ball. He took those skills, he took some of those business investments, I'm sure, to Brooklyn alongside Kyrie. And if Kyrie doesn't get hurt, they probably win that championship that Giannis has, right? But a lot of things have to go your way in order to win a championship. And I think from a greatness standpoint, he is what he is, whether he wins a championship or not. But I think deep down, he wants that competitive championship here in Brooklyn, right? He didn't go to the Knicks. He went to Brooklyn for a reason. I think he wants to show his greatness personified. He wants to show what he already knows about himself to the rest of the world. And like you said,
I think that's right. I think you're 100% right. I think we're both saying the same thing, but different ways. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be taken as disrespect. I'll get you back in, Perk, in a second, but let me get Legs into the conversation. Go ahead, Timmy.
Yeah, I think, listen, I love this bus analogy. I look at it like this. There's no question in my mind that Kevin Durant was driving the bus when he was in Golden State. It just was somebody else's bus he was borrowing. That's the way I would look at it. Steph Curry built the bus it was a super shiny, polished bus with a full tank of gas. And Kevin Durant just happened to get behind the wheel and won 2 championships. So there's no question he was the best player on those teams. And they did win championships, but it was a ready-made winner when he got there. And I think there's no question that championships for great players don't all carry the same weight. You have to look at the context and the circumstances. I think the championships that Steph Curry won before Kevin Durant and now after Kevin Durant, those carry more weight for Steph Curry than the 2 that Kevin Durant won as a member of the Golden State Warriors. And that's just the way it is. He is a champion. He is an all-time great. But we have to be honest about the circumstances that Kevin Durant joined in order to go win those championships. And I know why he did it. He wanted that on his resume. He wanted to be a winner. And he also said he liked the style of play. I probably believe that too. But those players carry a different weight and a different standard. You have to get that on your resume. He went, he accomplished that, and now he moved on to a different place. But he's not going to get the same level of credit for those titles as Steph Curry's going to get for the one he won before and after Kevin Durant's arrival.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.